Welcome back to Disco Elysium. And why did you call me Fortress Accident?
Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are currently using has been registered to.
Do you have any other information about this company?
One moment.
Yeah, flip through a catalog before she reads out with studious care.
Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games. That's what the catalog says.
And what's that? The interactive call-in radio game.
Any other questions?
What is the production schedule?
I'd love to.
The filament you have
I have a
inserted
licky puppy.
into the reader.
Oh, you mean that glowing thing I put inside?
Yes. Is that the production schedule?
Yes.
Good. Please repeat the password.
This is the police! Please open this thing!
I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder for Fortress Accident. Without filing a warrant with Lintel, I cannot give you access to this filament.
I'm afraid we are not doing that, unless we want to wait for a month.
Now, can you please repeat the password?
I'm bad at passwords. Can you give me a hint?
No.
Just shut down.
I don't know Is it my birthday?
Still no.
I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login.
What?
That sounds bad. A login attempt. Something a criminal would do.
Oh my god, are you a criminal?
Don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later.
Fortress Accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
That's all for now.
Thank you, and goodbye.
The old lady's voice disappears along with the static.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
Press print.
Nothing happens.
Aw.
Leave.
Alright. We haven't looked at this one yet.
Okay.
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient.
What am I looking at?
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9.
Puppy.
Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic.
Radio frequencies for what?
Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
Number 3.
This must be an elaborate piece of art.
You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled The Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants. Looks like a surveillance program. They must have had massive airwidth. These things don't come cheap.
Wait, who is the Game Master?
Someone very important. The leader of a massive on-air game built by these people.
If it's a game, then who's playing?
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My god. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
Yep, this is the whole, the idea of just, like, amassing more and more ideas until the money just runs out.
Why do you say that?
The schedule. I know Doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
What else?
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages.
Alright. Was there anything out here? I forget. Yeah, that thing just kept going.
Okay.
Oh.
What do you think is going on with that computer,
Okay.
chalkboard, and fireplace?
Alright, Kim.
Looks like an undercover counterintelligence program.
No, that's not it. I think...
Lieutenant takes a step back and steeples his hands.
Like he's ready to lay out a fine theory, crafted together like a puzzle box.
It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
And this was a role-playing game?
Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the We Were board game, with hit death thrown in.
And what do you think happened to this company?
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
Has anyone ever done this before?
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry. But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an interinsulary game before. We just don't have the technology.
And how are they planning to do that?
Through call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the Game Master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
Coordinating so many games would take a whole switchboard of people, possibly divided into sub-frequencies.
Wow!
What was the other one? His fascination has swept aside other concerns for the moment. He's a little hooked. That's according to electrochemistry.
That's fine.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but...
Lieutenant tilts his head, thinking.
The curse got to them! I see no other explanation!
Ah, yes, the doom of bad business practices.
Lieutenant looks around the derelict room. The pipes howl and a rat crosses the floor.
Okay, let's keep moving.
Alright, Kim, thank you for that. There's a stairway. You want to look at this or move forward yet?
Move forward.
Oh, I think there's a thing here. What is this? Oh, wait. Postcard!
Yay!
Alright, I guess it's the only thing left then.
Yep.
An iron safety curtain curves before your eyes, folded like a bellows. It covers half the room, blocking the way into a colossal industrial chimney. This must be where the entity lives.
Knock on it.
What an odd thing to do. Nothing happens.
Knock a little harder.
Still nothing. No one's home.
Knock even harder!
Those curtains prove to be surprisingly sturdy. Your fist hurts now. If this is really an entrance to the chimney, then there must be a furnace somewhere as well. Maybe there's another way to get in.
The
Can
basement!
you please try to refrain from attacking random things?
No!
I can try. Blow gently on bruised knuckles.
Thanks. In any case, there's no way we can get in right now. Let's investigate further.
Alright. We still have that...
Basement! 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 Basement!
Well, there was a door over here, so I'm going to assume that goes to the basement. This one.
Yeah! And then we can sneak up the chimney and attack the entity from behind.
Man, we're like a reverse Santa Claus.
Check the picture frame, if that's what I think it is, on the desk.
It's a sideways desk. $2 and more morale.
Okay, what is That to our left.
This one?
Yes.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red. This ice bear is a hyper-carnivore. Be careful.
Hold on. Ice bear wants latte. Ice bear enjoys basking. Ice bear feels shame. Bears are smart. Congratulations, bear.
Okay. I don't know this reference that you're throwing.
We bears.
I have not watched enough of that to know this.
All I remember is Dimitri Martin voices a polar bear named Ice Bear, and I'm just like, oh my god, I have to read some Ice Bear quotes now. If they would have said if they would have said a polar bear is a hypercarnivore, be careful, I wouldn't have gone in that direction.
It's fine. Someone's gonna get it. Just not gonna be me.
What is this thing? It looks like a giant ice bear.
The lieutenant doesn't answer. His eyes are glued to the animal. A sharp slice of light shines out from its mysterious belly door.
You told me about this.
I did.
Door.
A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Relax, Kim. It's a fridge.
Of course, just a giant ice bear-shaped fridge.
He relaxes his hand, his face bathed in the harsh light of the open fridge door.
Let's take a look inside.
Look inside the refrigerator.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
Ice Bear will have more free chips. Take the note from inside the drawer.
You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
Examine one of the ice cream wrappers.
A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge.
Ice Bear sees where this is going. What's a giant bear-shaped fridge doing in an abandoned cellar in the first place?
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
Lieutenant reaches for one of the wrappers. He studies it as in light.
So they tried to sell ice cream from this hyper-carnivore.
I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
Lieutenant points at a red snaky cable running from the fridge.
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic.
This is the best thing that ever happened to Ice Bear. Close the door.
We did pick up that note. That's the postcard. Here we go. Let's see. A handwritten note that you found from the giant ice bear fridge. It still bears some marks of fruit-shaped kitchen magnets that were used to secure it to the refrigerator door.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
Does it say anything interesting?
Lieutenant leans closer to read the crumpled note over your shoulder.
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active.
Read the note.
Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe. You'll find the filament memory with the offsite copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care. Sully soif.
Do you have any idea where the frozen ice cream maker could be?
I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the Ice Bear fridge.
I wonder who wrote that note.
Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here.
Maybe it's because of the entity.
That's implausible.
I'm guessing it's Kuno, but who's the little ginger kid?
Really? You don't have a single guess?
You mean Kuno?
Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on the filament memory. Even if he doesn't know what to do with it, he'd probably try to pawn it for speed, based on our encounter.
Remind me again, what's a filament memory?
It belongs inside a radio computer, storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right? It's like one of your disco tapes, only for a computer.
So it's like that cube that we just slotted in.
Okay. Put the note away. Now, let's see if we could find a furnace, and then reverse Santa Claus our way into the entity's room.
I love how that's a verb now. Could we use that more often? As a
Yes.
verb? To
Yes.
reverse Santa Claus. Ooh, hidden doorway.
Okay. What's the outline?
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Where are we?
Seems like an old bunker from the Revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
He points up at the rifles under the ceiling.
Maybe it's like the French pronunciation, but I always heard it pronounced cash.
I've heard it pronounced differently depending on what it is you're talking about. Like a
Oh.
secret storage section, I've heard it called a cache, but I've heard it called cache in other scenarios.
Okay. Look! There's a hole in the wall!
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Okay, I do.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
Inspect the rifles.
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest. But one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others.
This one looks nice. Take the
That's a
rifle.
rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
What does this mean? A rifle? Here?
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
He likes this find.
Leave. Where's the furnace?
There's a couple things here yet.
Okay.
There we go. Whatever this is. 70 cents! And help!
Yeah. Hell yeah! Or wait. In this case, health yeah.
Oh god. Ooh, insane mesh tank top. +1 drama.
And what was on the other side?
Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the Ice Bear fridge, and the black one to some kind of a buzzing fridge-like thing nearby.
I'm not too sure what unplugging them would do.
I assume it would turn them off. Like, one's the ice bear fridge, it would turn that off.
Yes, but why would we want to I don't want to unplug any of them at the moment.
Alright. You could tell Plaisance that she's no longer paying the electric bill for it. That'd be one thing.
You missed something to the back.
It's a staircase.
That's leading up. Okay.
It looks up and out, yeah.
Okay.
There was one more thing up here, and I think that's your furnace.
Furnace!
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it
Reverse
pitch black.
Santa Claus.
Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
Look inside the furnace.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice or several voices talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, upstairs.
What are you doing?
Lieutenant asks when he sees you climb halfway inside the furnace.
I'm not sure, Kim, but I think I can hear somebody talking upstairs.
Wait, really? Maybe it's coming from behind those safety curtains we saw upstairs.
Smear your hands with coal.
A lush layer of coal now covers your skin, sinking into the wrinkles. Your hands look ancient. Maybe you could paint something with this coal. Leave a cave painting for future archaeologists. No, that would be stupid. Still, it's good to have this dirt on you. Real men wear coal for makeup.
The voice I heard, maybe it's the malignant entity. Placing insanity, it lives in a chimney.
You're right. The rooms do look like they're connected. But malignant entities don't exist. At least not the supernatural kind.
Then what
Kim's
was
just
the
a party
chatter you
pooper.
heard?
Yell hello into the furnace.
Hey!
Breaks
Barely.
loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths.
We
Wow.
We
Chatter of
barely
tiny
made
voices
that.
above suddenly cease. Then,
Oh, I can't believe that was so close. You hear a woman's voice answer.
you've awakened the entity.
Oh no.
And it's a woman. Of course. The malicious entities are always women.
This is the police. Who's there?
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor. I'll open it.
You hear
Crap!
a rumble upstairs.
Crap!
The sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
I was really hoping to
After you,
reverse
officer.
Santa Claus our way up the chimney.
Oh, unfortunately that didn't happen.
Leave. Second floor.
Back upstairs. Oh man, we gotta use the verb reverse Santa Clausing more often.
Yes. You know, that just might be the title of this episode.
When do we get to use that in one of the Movie Makers episodes?
I
The
don't
reverse
know.
Santa Claus.
Hello.
Okay, that's
I'm
weird.
Mia.
What?
This should lighten up, and it didn't.
Oh.
Yeah. A bird-like woman sits on the throne of tools with emerald lights shining through her hair.
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Milius.
She taps on her headphones.
So what kind of dye are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now. She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
You seem to have confused me with somebody else. I haven't knocked on your window.
Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
Hold on. What do you mean by Meluse?
Yes, a milli is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these.
She pats the headphones on her table.
Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
Basically, it's a podcast, isn't it?
Yeah. Why are you asking me about dice?
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
As she speaks, her bone-like fingers fiddle with a ring. Her bones light, but her hands strong. Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
So,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'm just trying to think of how I want to phrase this. Have you ever encountered her before?
Yes.
Since we're in a dice-based RPG ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
is she kind of breaking the fourth wall and is asking us as a player for the dice? Like, she could give us as a player some kind of special dice.
You could take it that way. I hadn't honestly considered that as an option, but it could maybe be taken that way.
Okay, I like role-playing games and I need some dice.
Very good. My rate is 10 real per set. Unless you want something really unusual.
Henry
Look around
Al,
and see if there's any particular
ooh,
stone you
no.
want to use.
So, how did you become a dice maker?
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there.
Do you like role-playing games yourself?
Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
So, what do you know about the man who was lynched behind the whirling rags?
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
Who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with a malignant entity here. The lieutenant looks at his notebook. Then, the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
And what do you mean by the daily ruckus?
Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard.
She stops to try and come up with an example.
During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike. But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
And you never took your eyes off the work to look outside the window?
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness. It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
Do you often work Sunday nights?
It's an odd profession, making dice for people. But I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
I see. Thank you for your answers.
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
Hey, where are we anyway? What is this place?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know.
She looks at the ruddy bricks that make up the walls. Even though they've been repainted, there are still signs of black coal soot, or coal black soot here and there.
But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
Creative.
Lieutenant looks around the spacious room, its ceiling fading into shadows above.
When she arrived here, there was no room anywhere else. She must have known the other businesses.
I've heard this place is cursed. Do you know anything? Do you know that people call it the doomed commercial area?
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
Wait, then how do you explain what happened to the other companies then?
It's just capitalism. We only hear about tales of success, so it's often surprising to realize how many ventures actually fail.
Placius is the one who sent me. She's convinced this place is swarming with malicious energies.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
Actually, the bookstore isn't doing well. There are hardly any customers, and she has to exploit her own daughter to keep the company going.
Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
No, the whirling in rags isn't doing well either. Its waitress just took off and the customers have to have trouble paying bills.
And then there is me.
Looking at her messy work table, all kinds of tools lie there, scattered, from knives to carving files to wire cutters.
I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
It's because she's in cahoots with the demons.
Oh my god.
It's because you're competent and dedicated to your craft. The curse doesn't affect people like you.
What, so the curse only affects people with poor work ethics? What you're describing isn't a curse, it's capitalism.
The jig is up. The she-demon knows you've uncovered her true identity. Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
I'm starting to think there's no curse, only business decisions and natural market fluctuations.
Exactly. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring. But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I can help you with today?
Ooh, it's low.
We'll come. Wait.
It's a white
Is it-
check. We could always retry it later when we bump shivers.
Oh, we try it now. Come back later, maybe.
You feel nothing.
Nope.
If anything, it's uncomfortably warm in here.
Oh no! Oh no!
Leave.
She has begun to idly clean one of her carving tools.
Just wondering
with
how
a dirty
badly do we
kerchief.
miss
The
shivers?
tool's sharp edge shining in the light
It won't
of
tell
her
us
desk
now.
lamp.
We're late. We got
Oh.
out of the. Actually, you don't know. Here. By 1.
Oh.
We missed it by 1.
Oh. Okay, leave.
I believe we can do this, and then we get multiple choices. We don't have to buy it.
We'll come back later.
All right. You still have number 5 that we didn't pick.
Do you know what ever happened to the other tenants? Everyone else is gone.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
What happened to the gym?
It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's boxing club, a community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime.
Maybe that's what Kuno needs. A community-centric boxing club.
Kuno. Who's Kuno?
He's a little ginger gremlin who likes to defile dead bodies.
All three answers are pretty good.
Yeah?
Oh, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth? Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard.
She looks out the window, her face reflecting back in the dark.
I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid.
Judging from the kids I met so far, it didn't really work, did it?
It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
You should have known it.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since.
I thought a strange machine.
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio.
She closes her eyes as some remnant of memory lights up her face.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wirral. They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedules.
What do you mean by liberal? What happened?
The usual. They ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time.
What went wrong?
Well, I did hear them talking at times.
She looks at the hallway as if she can still hear them chit-chat behind her curtains on a cigarette break.
They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
Really? That must have been one gigantic ego trip.
That's what I thought. Because when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep up new businesses and so on. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic. And to show up to work on time.
Showing up to work on time is hard. No, scratch that. Showing up to work at all is difficult. Especially if you've been drinking.
That's too bad. I would have supported them. The project looked great.
Not the wisest decision. You would have lost all your savings.
She tosses a pair of dice on the table. One of them stops near the edge of the metallic desk.
The result is 1 on a 20-sided die.
Critical failure.
The dice is black and filled with little silvery flakes, like snowfall.
Anything else?
There was a terrifying taxidermy bear in the cellar.
Oh boy, the fabled Revachol ICT. You're in for a treat here.
She smiles and leans closer, hands on her knees, like a stand-up comedian ready to tell a story.
The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas.
I don't care about their other ideas. I just want to know about the bear. Did the bear work?
Of course not. The bear was
No.
terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted. Eventually, Revachol ICT lost the price war to its rival, Class A 5000. Class A 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges.
Is the market doing its job? Wait.
Maybe,
Nope.
because
Okay,
the taxidermist
that's
who
fine.
made the bear definitely wasn't. Doing his job, I mean.
What were you gonna pick instead?
The bear one. Okay, how come?
He said that the bear was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants, coded Megatherian.
Scary, but cool.
What's a vision beast?
It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life by telling you to do more drugs, mostly.
Oh, so our electrochemistry scat. Got
A
it.
wise
Okay.
and noble
Then
beast,
speak of the devil.
guiding you toward the land where the streets are paved with drugs.
I wonder
I
if we
don't-
take drugs if we'll start seeing a spirit animal.
I don't have a comment on drugs.
Understandable. You shouldn't do them. You're a police officer after all. Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire.
She seems almost sad finishing the story.
The temperature has dropped in the cover of the night. You see frost on the windows.
Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps?
Terrifying
I've
bear.
been here for a long
Oh, you wanna go
Again?
back to that one?
The place
Yep.
was owned by two guys who had
that
some rather
being number two.
innovative- Of course not. Eventually, Ravishow Ice City
I'm
lost the
sure the
price
bear was
tag
doing
to
his
the product.
best.
Glass, maybe. Because the
Oh,
taxidermist
okay.
who made that bear definitely wasn't. He said that the
Okay, never mind.
But cool.
Very cool, but I don't want to hear about
I
bear.
thought anything else?
Actually had other questions.
Good. I hope it clarified things a bit.
Goodbye.
What else?
I can't see shit right now. There's some kind of bubble thing.
Wow, you work hard.
I do?
Oh, yes. You hustle. You're a provider. It's tough out there, but you keep it real and provide.
I guess I do. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like a horse. A workhorse. For hard work.
What hard work do I do exactly?
Look at yourself. You're a human pedometer. You must have walked 200,000 steps down cracked asphalt, mosaic, sand, and linoleum after you re-emerged. That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh and people are evil. You didn't make it that way, and you won't let it break you. You ride.
Yeah, I ride a little.
A little. You make money. You got gills, baby. Got those black papers with the faces of the innocents on them. You bring in the Franco Negros and the Solas. It ain't easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're a cop, and a sprinter, and a money printer.
I guess I've made deal. Sure.
Sure. And has it been easy? Is life easy? Have you not gone into cardiac arrest? Are you not about to have an anxiety attack or shoot yourself in the mouth? But you still hustle 24/7, ride or die. Now, ask yourself, are you rich?
I'm actually not.
That's right. You work harder than anyone. You almost rode yourself to the grave, and you're still practically a hobo. Why is that?
Fucking taxes, man.
That's right. 100%. Fucking G-Man's got his jam-covered sticky fingers in your pocket, stealing from you every time you buy, sell, walk, talk, fart, so much as sneeze.
Really? Every time I sneeze?
Every time you wipe your ass. They got their direct and their indirect modes of taxation. Sales tax, excise duty, extraction tax, alimony. One tax that doesn't even have a name. Plus there's the stuff people in other countries pay for. That makes them ask for more money from you. Here. Total tax duties add up to 98% of all your money.
Are you sure? That's a pretty big number.
What are you not sure about? They're milking your nipples till they bleed. Can't you see? Aren't you sick and tired of having bloody nipples.
Bleeding nipples are kind of a pain, but how will deregulation help with that?
It's all about the tax issue, hustler. No other problem in the world is as pressing as top marginal tax rates. And don't you fucking forget it.
Alright, we got a point. So you want to slot in that 15th Indo tribe, right?
Yes. Yes, please. Yes.
Internalize. There we go.
So, next time on Disco Elysium.
Give me 1 second here. Let's read this one and then we'll call it, alright?
Okay.
Alright, indirect modes of taxation. Temporary research bonus. -2 empathy. Cold-blooded. First, if you have a side bitch ideology cooking somewhere, don't sweat it. Fighting indirect taxation for the Gossamer State is compatible with all creeds. It's cool like that. You're a cool anarchist now. Unless you don't want to be an anarchist. Whatever. Stuff this meal ticket into your eye socket and let's see if we can steal some love back from the robber barons at the customs agency and the banditos at the Insulindian Financial Oversight and Competition Committee. And that's it.
Okay, so next time on Disco Elysium, we will be going back and telling her there is no entity, just the government.
There it goes.
Okay.
It's lit up now.
And we will be talking to Doc Boss and potentially doing something with that.
Yeah.